What happens when trust is weaponized and truth emerges only decades later?
Hey everyone, I'm Garrett, your laid-back co-host with an endless curiosity. Together, we'll puzzle out some ideas and, just keep it chill.
And I'm Leah. Welcome to Laid Back Learning. We're diving into some fascinating stories today that highlight resilience and justice. So get comfy and let's open the book on this case.
All right, let's set the stage for this one. We're talking about the Mazan mass rape case and its aftermath. It's a shocking story that delves deep into some pretty dark stuff, but ends on a note of bravery and justice.
Exactly, Garrett. While wandering around my local neighborhood, I stumbled upon this incredible piece of street art inspired by Gisèle Pelicot's story. It was just this visual representation of the human spirit and community standing up against injustice. Honestly, it got me thinking about how important community and solidarity are, especially in times of personal crisis.
That's pretty cool, right? It's amazing how art can, capture those powerful emotions and moments in history. All right, here's where we begin. Gisèle Pelicot's life was marked by early travels due to her dad's military career. Moving to France kind of set this robust foundation through discipline and adaptability, qualities that later became crucial when facing her horrific ordeal.
Totally, Garrett. And her childhood was not easy. Losing her mum to cancer at 9 left a profound impact, shaping her connections and resilience. And with her dad being a pillar, it kind of shaped her understanding of what family and loss meant, which is, so important when we look at how she later dealt with her situation.
Let's dive right in. In 1971, Gisèle meets Dominique Pelicot. Soon, they marry and settle into what seems like a typical suburban life in Villiers-sur-Marne. But that's just the surface. Beneath that calm facade lies a web of failed businesses and increasing strife, kind of like a calm before the storm.
And that underlying tension sets off a spiral. Imagine this. Dominique's repeated business failures put a massive strain on their marriage. Now, after they initially divorced in 2001 due to financial stress, they bizarrely, remarried in 2007. That seems like a setup for the tumult that was to follow when Dominique's sinister actions would come to light.
It's kind of crazy. So Dominique exploits Gisèle's trust from 2011 onward using Temesta, a medication initially meant for therapeutic use. Chemical submission, if you will, to carry out his dark deeds. This just goes to show how trust can be weaponized,
Real talk, Garrett. And this misuse went on for almost a decade. Fast forward to September 2020, Dominique gets caught for an unrelated crime, upskirting, which if you don't know is this creepy act of taking photos up someone's skirt without permission. That crime eventually led to the unraveling of everything he had done to Gisèle.
That's a solid point, Leah. So by November 2020, Gisèle's nightmare comes crashing down when police show her those devastating video proofs of years of abuse. Imagine the sheer shock. It must have been crippling.
Honestly, it's hard to even fathom. The real bravery? Gisèle waived her anonymity during the 2024 trial. There's so much courage in that decision, just laying bare her identity to ensure that others see the monumental injustice and the system's flaws.
You gotta respect that. Here's a cool thought. Consider how Gisèle managed to live through that period without realizing the abuse, and all this while fearing other illnesses like Alzheimer's. That's some real nerve-wracking stuff.
That's so wild. It's the power of psychological manipulation. I mean, when you're repeatedly told it's your health deteriorating, it diverts blame from the real danger. Plus, misdiagnoses psychologically, those betrayals are real barriers.
Yeah, but it's also about society's misconceptions, right? We hear symptoms and jump to conclusions. Honestly, how many of us stay open to real possibilities before self-diagnosing?
Exactly. The whole discussion really makes you think. But, shifting gears, Gisèle has become a cultural icon featured in art and global feminist movements. That's where portrayals, especially positive ones, drive change.
I'm down for that. Even Australian First Nations women sent her a symbolic scarf. Hopefully, media adaptations will expand on this case to deepen understanding, showing that society has more work to do.
Absolutely, we have so much to learn from. delving into these cases, especially for bolstering legal measures and shoring up protections for folks everywhere, is such a crucial step.
And from past injustices, we can learn to better safeguard the future. We owe it to the next generation to stay informed and proactive.
And that's where we'll leave it for now. Thanks for joining us. Keep supporting justice reform and stay curious. We're looking forward to diving into more stories next time.